light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated, sucker free, we got the seats heated, hot. Let's face it, you bout to get a beat down. Less talking, let's take it to the streets now. Ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight? Touchdown on sight, yeah. Turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin'. Go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got a night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 for a Monday night boxing and sports recap known as the Shoe Shine. Joining me all the way from the city of North Las Vegas, the big homie, Vince. ¿Qué pasa?
Hey now, what's up?
With the hey now. Vince is going to tell us all about
sir.
Saturday night because Vince had them deluxe VIP seats to see firsthand for himself.
I don't play.
I don't got the picture you sent me.
Like that.
Actually, you got the picture you sent me? Just show everybody where you sat, man. Vince gets treated like.
I got my phone right here.
Oh yeah, that's all right, guys. We'll show it to you in the middle of the week on the next show. But Vince, man, he got treated like VIP for the experience for the Rolly Romero versus Teofimo. We're gonna dissect that fight. Lots of really interesting and actually, there's some really good fights this weekend. I think that are going to be interesting. There was women's TikTok. Jake Paul brings women's boxing to TikTok. I did see the main event, not on TikTok. They had it on. They decided to put it on YouTube, but they were bragging. Vince, over 2 million people were watching it. And me and my boy Lukey, Big Dog Lukey on YouTube, man, we were trying to guess how many people would watch it on TikTok, man. It was over 2 million.
You know why? Because these people want to fight each other. It's not like the boxers saying, "Oh, I'll fight you," but no, not enough money. These YouTubers, like, let's do it. Let's get it on.
Crazy numbers. And if you like laughing at the sport of boxing, there was Brand Risk. Brand Risk is Aiden Ross's, and they had some hilarious. The Larry Wheels, the bodybuilding kick streamer. Dude, I'll show you guys, man. He tore his bicep in the middle. He knocked the dude out who was Vitali, who used to be a huge streamer, knocks him out, and he looks at his arm and his bicep is hanging. We'll get to that. Did you see the Island Boy? Remember that dude? Island Boy.
I just saw highlights.
The Island Boy. You can't say midget anymore. So a little person, I guess a little person knocked out the Island Boy. At this point, I think, you know, like Clarissa Shields says she could knock out Rolly Romero. I think a girl could beat an Island Boy. I think me in my late 40s could beat the Island Boy. A little person, the world's strongest little person, made the dude fall. That's some pretty hilarious stuff. We're gonna get to that, but first and foremost, Vince. Preseason week number 3 is coming up, and the Bang Bang Niner Gang is coming to Las Vegas Thursday. I got invited to a cool party at the Hard Rock Cafe, but it's going to be 110 degrees. So do I go and socialize with a bunch? Now I was thinking, maybe I should just go to that party and ask everybody about what happened in the news today, because
Tell him I could get him a better looking hooker than the one he got up there.
Because it was a shock. Oh, by the way, shout out to Sergio Fernandez, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Appreciate. He says, what's good? Big Spooky in the building. Of Wiley Coyotes here tonight, too. Appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button and share it. Share it with people on YouTube that you guys might know. I think there's a new function on YouTube where you could DM other content creators or other people that may have so long as you know their name, you could send them a message and be like, hey, check this channel out. That'd be really cool if you guys were in our part of our community. That's a new feature on YouTube where you could send messages to YouTube creators or other
Help her
people.
beat her out. Help her beat her out.
Yeah, help us out here. So it's not the news I wanted to hear. It reminds me of this Robert Kraft situation. How many owners get caught up in a sex scandal and charges were dropped for the sex stuff? Basically, Jed York got caught in a sex sting in Ohio near his old town of Youngstown, Ohio. And Vince, you got to remember that he's worth $500 million estimated himself, but his family is worth close to $9 billion.
Oh my God.
And he went to a trailer park. Let's listen to this, guys. A trailer park for some whatever he was asking for.
We have some new details following the arrest of Niners owner Jed York in Ohio yesterday. But first, if you want Niners coverage and updates every single day, year-round, don't forget to give me a follow and subscribe.
Who doesn't want to be Chase? Not only he used to cover the Eagles, guys. Make sure I'm giving credit to Chase on YouTube. He's a Niners beat reporter.
Also launched some Jed York mugshot shirts. The 49ers are on the quest for 6 Super Bowl championships.
Dude, they're not selling that T-shirt, Vince. Is that a joke? Is that cap?
Hey, and they ain't gonna win a 6th Super Bowl this year too. That's another joke.
No, that's a quest for. You know what they're getting at. The quest for. He's got his mugshot on there.
York over the weekend was on the quest for sex. You can get those shirts
Oh,
at chatsports.com/Jed. The link is down below.
No way, you're selling that?
According to the California Post, York responded to an advertisement on a very well-known prostitution website, and he arranged to have sexual activity for $140, and he was arrested at a trailer park in East Palestine, Ohio. Now,
$140 in a trailer park, Vince. You know what?
Wow.
There's a reason why we didn't get these defensive end players that we want. If the owner is this cheap, if he's only paying $140, well, no wonder we didn't get Vita Vea.
Maybe he's trying to change the image of the 49ers because, they always say they're like a little...
No, I've never heard that. Let's hear a little bit more.
The gay bay.
I said earlier, Jed York.
Don't get me started on the Cowboys. Okay, let's get. We're not gonna hit below the belt. We won't hit below the belt. Let's make fun of this situation here.
With 2 kids, he filed for divorce from his wife of 15 years back in May. But for an NFL owner who has a net worth of $500 million to pay a prostitute $140 in cash, it's not a good look. He is also subjected to face discipline from the NFL. Former Niners owner Eddie DeBartolo back in 1999 was fined $1 million and suspended for an entire year. I don't think it's going to be that steep for Jed York, but I am curious what the National Football League decides to do.
Shout out to Chase on that, guys. You guys heard it now. Another NFL team owner soliciting sex, but he did not get charged with that. So he already handled the situation. They dropped those charges and did something like disorderly conduct, which is like being drunk in public, and possessing criminal tools like breaking. I don't know why they looked in his car. Maybe he had a pair of pliers and a hammer, and Lord knows what he had. But he's not getting charged with the SEX word, bro. So, do you discipline the guy? I mean, we know he got caught. He got caught by the cops, guys. Look, there's a live streamer in Vegas, Vince. Okay, you guys know. Some of you guys in here know who he is. He's a big, heavy guy. I found his football highlights. I'm going to show you his football highlights. Well, this guy in Vegas, he got busted for soliciting a child over the internet.
Oh, hell no.
But they dropped the charges. Now, and he got caught by, guess who? He got caught by the police. He got caught in a police sting. So does that mean he didn't do it? No, he did it. Just like Jed York did it. He was trying to get laid and pay for it. He did it. He showed up to the house. But again, they dropped the charges. So it's, shout out to Alex. He says, hey, guys, the Cowboys got the last laugh in trash talk, and the Cowboys fans are going to say, but owners didn't do something stupid like that. Hey, the Cowboys, I'm going to give you guys some credit, man. You guys put up some nice games. You guys put up a good game. That quarterback is going to give your main quarterback, number one, some issues. Well, we're going to talk more more preseason football on Wednesday night, but do you think this issue, that we had an issue with Coach Shanahan getting in a car crash and the police kind of like They tried to bury the story in the Bay Area, and now you got a story that didn't even happen in the Bay Area, so it didn't get buried. But do you think that the football fans around the country are going to let this go?
No, I would let it go. Who cares? He's human. We all make mistakes. Let him go. You know,
it's good for it. Look, you got other content creators on YouTube making fun of it or reporting the facts to us, but I mean, you kind of just got to laugh at this one, man. Like, that's pretty embarrassing. You got to laugh at yourself and laugh at it.
At the end of the day, all these creators making fun of him, he's a billionaire. Laugh at a billionaire. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
You think he really cares what if we say something bad about him, he don't give two flying, you know what. So
yeah, he
leave
don't
the
care.
poor man alone. Let him do his thing. He's human. He tried, he got caught. It happens,
You know that rapper Lefty Gunplay? He grew up in a trailer. He grew up in a trailer park just like this one. This is supposed to be the trailer park where he went. He showed up to this trailer park for some goodies, and the cops were there waiting for him. Man, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna judge a man. I ain't gonna hit him when he's down.
All right,
just let the man live. Who cares?
I'm sure he appreciates that, man. Other football news. I do got some other football stories, and I have a story of my own, man. I got a good friend on YouTube here, Card Shop Reality. Some of you guys may know him from the Vegas community, but he sells collectibles like this and specializes in trading cards, bro. I can't believe this. I don't even. First of all, I heard a card went for like $5 million. Somebody they do this thing where they open packs on social media. You could buy into it, and then they open the pack. They show you what you got. Somebody like came up on a $5 million card last week, but because of that, even Tom Brady from the Bay Area, Sarah High School, he went balls out to get this Fernando Mendoza autographed first edition, whatever Topps card, man. Like, I don't even know what he spent on it, but he wants it. He thinks it's going to be worth a lot of money, even though Fernando Mendoza had a really bad game the other day, man. I didn't think he had a good game. And we'll see how he does Thursday, 49ers versus the Raiders.
Another thing I hate, because I collect autographs.
Yeah.
And if you had a Raider helmet, look at the signature he puts. I would be pissed if he did that to my helmet. You don't know how to spell your name, Fernando? I hate that when you put two little letters, you retard. Put all the retro name. I know they'll teach you in high school now how to do cursive, but come on, man, scribble something.
So speaking of that, Lefty Gunplay, that rapper Lefty Gunplay, he just dropped a new music video, came up on my timeline. He's wearing everything Fernando Mendoza Raiders. Yeah. Big fan. He's a big fan already. So I got that footage. Everybody. Here you go. I got exclusive footage of a Las Vegas live streamer's lost football tape. There it is. There it is, bro. You couldn't stop him. Couldn't stop him. Exclusive behind the scenes footage of, if you know who it is, keep it to yourself. Look at that. Unstoppable. 500 pounds. Running the ball.
Damn.
So I'm going to tell you my football story, guys. I got another football story. Yeah.
That fool runs faster than me. I ain't going to lie. Eddie's got pads on. Can you imagine with no pads? Gee, I can't run that fast. I ain't going to lie. Good for him.
Yeah, here it is, man. Here's my 49ers story. Last Thursday, guys, I fired up the phone and I decided I'm going to go eat a sandwich after I got an MRI. I went to go get an MRI done. I don't know what's wrong with me. I still have to see a specialist, but I got an MRI. And I'm sitting waiting, and in comes this really tall, 6'3", African-American guy, yoked. Like, all you see is muscles coming out of everywhere. And I'm looking at I'm sitting in the chair, and he goes to the front desk, and he's wearing everything. Like, his shirt says 49ers. And then I'm looking at his hand because he's got this huge ring, and I'm like, is that a 49er Super Bowl ring? So I'm listening, like, he's kind of like not minding my own business, but he was loud. It was a tiny little waiting room. And he comes in and he starts, and the girl's asking him, was this a work-related injury? And he's like, what you mean work-related, man? Like, I ain't played since since 2016. What you mean work-related? She's like, did it happen at work? Did you bust your? Well, he's like, well, yeah, but the NFL gonna take care of it. So then I'm like, oh shoot, NFL, dude's wearing all Niners gear, who's standing right in front of me? So he starts talking to the girl, telling him about all the surgeries he's had and concussions. And I'm like, this is really interesting. So he sits down next to me, and I'm like, hey, I don't mean to be minding your business, man, but I overheard a little bit, and I'm a lifelong 49ers fan, man. I grew up in San Francisco in the Mission District, lifelong 49er fan. Like, who are you? Like, do you mind? Who are you? Because I had no idea who he is. And he's like, oh, bro, like, I like to keep my business on the down low, I'm like, okay, I understand. He goes, I don't want everybody knowing my business. Because he realized I had heard his conversation, so he wanted to be private. Yeah. But then he dropped his guard and we start talking because we're stuck in the waiting room for like 30 minutes. And I realized he tells me he came out of Miami University, which is like an incredible football school, right? Miami University.
Incredible.
Carson Beck. He tells me his draft position. He was drafted, and he tells me, it was John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh from the Ravens took him, and that he went on to play 8 seasons for the Ravens, and then eventually the other Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, San Francisco 49ers, Jim Harbaugh, his brother was like, hey, I got a guy for you, and he came over to play for the 49ers during the Candlestick days. So then I finally realized he's got the ring, bro. It says 49. It's a Super Bowl ring. And I was like, who is this guy? He starts telling me, oh, Frank Gore's my best friend. I'm like, so he played with Frank Gore. I'm still trying to figure out who he is. And then he's telling me he only played at Candlestick. Yeah, he don't know nothing about the Santa Clara building, but he got a lot of love for the Bay this, the Bay that. And it's like, yeah, I was on the Super Bowl champion. It's a Super Bowl. The Niners did not win that 6. That would have been the 6. But he played against his old coach. It was the Harbaugh Super Bowl, and he was on that team. And that's where he got his ring, and he was just there to get another MRI for these lingering, NFL injuries. Because shoot, we know a couple of retired football players. Them injuries last forever when you're done.
Ever.
I mean, it's like, damn, you get paid good, man, and it's a dream come true. But like, I've never met an NFL player that's retired that's doesn't have something wrong from all the injuries. So. It was cool, man. It was cool meeting him. I told him a little bit about our podcast, but he didn't seem too interested in it. I try to relate that, hey, we deal with fighters, and we talk to fighters all the time. Concussions are a big deal in boxing. They're obviously a huge deal in the NFL. Remember, they made a settlement. Big settlement. So it was cool, bro. I didn't know I was going to come out here on the week the 49ers coming to town. I was going to meet a 49er player with a Super Bowl ring living in Vegas. They're all out here, bro.
You should take a picture with them.
I wanted to, bro. And if I gave you guys enough information to figure it out. I told you guys the story, his college, he played with the Ravens, and he played for the 49ers. Number. Yeah, he had to wait in line. Actually, I was ahead of him, and on the way out,
the number he wore, we gave him a 49ers jersey.
I touched his ring, bro. I was on the way out. I was like, "That's what's up, bro. Let me get a fist pump," and I touched that 49ers Super Bowl championship ring. Yup. And by the way, Card Shop Reality. I mean, he gifted. I don't know if it was a real ring. Card Shop, if you're really, was that a real ring you gifted to that Las Vegas streamer? A real ring? What would that be worth, bro? Come on.
It's worth more to a real fan of the team.
Ouch, yeah.
For real.
Man, I appreciate everybody in here.
Why are you going to buy a cowboy ring?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man. I appreciate everybody in here tonight. Lefty Gunplay, there it is, man. I was telling you about that new music video.
Just another day.
Forget his song. I'm going to get it covered. There it is.
He just streamed a long time ago with Neon, and it was all charged up, so that guy don't know what he wants.
Yeah, but I mean, this new music video.
He's all ramped up.
He's wearing that. Oh, he was? Oh, yeah, that's right. He does like the Rams. I guess this week this week he's a Raiders fan, bro, but he's got that Mendoza number 15 jersey. Mendoza didn't do too good. He threw that pick six. Oh, come on, man. Carson Beck played and then you got Shedeur Sanders in the second season. They got a lot
I think Carson Beck threw that game. I think Miami threw that game.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, it's like they say this weekend, man. Look at this. Look at this. This is the funniest thing I think I've seen. Where is it? Where's that damn picture? I'm looking for this one picture. Is this it?
Hey, but that ring you saw, it was a runner-up ring, right?
Yeah. I guess, because I don't know. Does anybody know if the Super Bowl ring is the same for both teams? Whether you lose or not?
The champs get the real McCoy. The other one get like a chrome one. Like
it was huge, bro.
Your girlfriend, and just hide it.
It was still a big ass ring, though. You know what I mean?
When you go to a Super Bowl party, like when you're Buffalo Bills back in the day, you have all your little 4 chrome rings, and then somebody walks in with a diamond. You're like, oh shoot, let me hide my rings.
Yep.
You know?
Before we get into the Raleigh stuff, I appreciate you guys. Tonight'll be a short show. We'll probably end this at 9. Some very, very serious news. I want to say, look, it's nothing to play with, guys. Diabetes is very serious. I haven't confirmed this, but I've been told that Adrian Broner was found. He had a hospital visit the other day, emergency room. Sound familiar, guys? They told him that he has diabetes, but he's still out here drunk. This fool walked in this weekend. Check this out, man. By the way, his fighter, he's training this guy. This kid got a knockout.
Bro, he's so drunk. Holy shit.
You see that? Look at AB. He can't walk. Oh, God.
Bro, he's so drunk. Holy shit.
He don't even know the words to his own song, Vince. I got more clips from that brand risk fight. That thing was, I always get a good laugh, bro. Those influencer fights. But his fighter won by knockout. And to be honest, guys, to be honest with you, Vince, the best boxing knockout I saw all weekend didn't happen on Amanda Serrano's TikTok Jake Paul card. Didn't happen on the PBC main event you went to go see in Las Vegas. It was on that brand risk. It was a kid that's been kind of like boxing since the influencer boxing thing started. I think his name's Austin Broom or Muck Broom. Dude, he had the sickest KO all weekend. Like, he can legit pretty much fight now. Man, what's going on, guys? I appreciate Mankey Crazy in the building. He says hello. Let's get into this real quick, man. Vince, did you see this? This was everywhere on social media after the fight. You know who this guy looks like? He looks like Canelo's #1 hater. There's a guy that goes and holds up billboards every time Canelo comes to Vegas. This ain't real.
The Mexican guy.
Yeah, the Mexican guy. I think they're making fun of that guy. He says Teofimo Lopez and Raleigh Romero fight was fixed, and it was the worst fight of 2026. Worst fight of 2026. I lost money on the fight, bro. I lost money. Yeah. I lost money again on a boxing bet. What's wrong? This year, dude. This year boxing is one of the worst years for boxing, in my personal opinion. And then I can't even win at my bets. Like, my bets are all left up. I thought that Raleigh was going to knock out Teo. So in round 5, and Drew too, round 5, he really effed him up. He effed him up bad. He cut that the eye. He had him on stank legs. He had him on, but he wasn't able to finish the fight. I would have won pretty good, man. I would have. Hey, shout out to SB. Appreciate you. I would have won good, but he wasn't able to capitalize on that, Vince. He wasn't able to capitalize on that. I got some clips of the fight, man. Let's take a listen, and we'll respond to Timothy Bradley. He's telling basically everybody who thought Raleigh was going to win that we're stupid. We're stupid. Now, Vince, we went out to see Rolly train. He looked good, but we did not see him spar. To be fair, we didn't see him spar. And your nephew got to be on the mic. Shout out to Emiliano Vargas. He was on the broadcast, and he did spar with Teo the week before the fight. Like the week. So if anybody had the inside scoop, it was your nephew. And he said Teo was going to win. Yeah. He was sharing the ring with the two division world champion, now 3 division world champion. We did not see Rolly spar. We saw him just in camp hitting the bags. The bag doesn't move. The mitts don't move. Not the same thing.
But Jason saw him sparring because we were talking. Because Jason sat right by me, and he said he looked great.
So what happened in the fight? Let's hear what Timothy Bradley had to say, and then we'll give our own opinion. Because you had a ringside. We're gonna hear what Vince had to think about it.
Go scouring for damn excuses. Here we go again. Yeah, everybody wondering why Rolly Romero didn't knock out no damn Teofimo Lopez. Look at this shit. I swear, man. Ain't never satisfied. We ain't never fucking satisfied at all. It's like, look, man. Look, listen to me. Rolly is a defected fighter. Okay?
Defective? That means like broken? It don't work? Defective?
Yeah, it don't work.
That's what he's saying. Like when I buy something from Amazon, it's like within a week it doesn't work anymore.
I told y'all already. I'm like, he's not skilled. He's not that good. All he does is have power. You think you gonna outbox Teofimo Lopez? You think that you clearly won the fight? Get the hell out of here, bro.
I thought he could. I thought he was gonna hurt Teo, and he did hurt Teo. But then he couldn't. Unlike the Ryan Garcia fight, when he hurt Ryan Garcia and dropped him, Ryan Garcia was basically in retreat mode himself. He was afraid of getting hit again, and I thought that would happen. But Teo, respect to Teo, man. In round 5, it looked like he was gonna be out for the count. Eventually, he never went down. He gets up off. He never got him off on the canvas. My bad. Yeah. But he came back in round 6 and dominated. Went back to the basics. Yeah. Let's hear a little bit more.
Hell to the no, man. Look, people, y'all don't understand, man. Half y'all motherfuckers don't know what y'all talking about, man. Seriously, like if you really look at Rolly, look at how Rolly used to be. Look how Rolly used to be, man, when he was...
I did look at it, man. I did another podcast. Look, he had a questionable win during COVID against Marinez, who I think fought this week. They gave him that win at 135, and he ended up winning a title. That was questionable. Then he fought that old man Barrosos, the Venezuelan guy, that bald Venezuelan guy who was like 40, and he was losing that fight, and then all of a sudden they stopped the fight when Rolly hurt him. They just stopped the fight. Hey, they could have stopped the fight Saturday and said, Teal, that's enough. You've been knocked out. Fight's over. They could have done that, and Rolly would have been the champ still, but they didn't. Yeah. They didn't. We're going to get to that scorecards, too. Hold on.
He was a bullet. He was aggressive. He was coming forward. He was a damn dog, right?
He's talking about Bullet. Who used to coach your son, right?
Yep.
Then he got his ass knocked out by who? Gervonta Davis, right? Same thing. Got his ass knocked out by who? Pitbull Cruz. And ever since he got knocked out by Pitbull Cruz, guess what? He been fighting on skates ever since. He don't believe in this, people. He's a defective fighter.
The accusation is that he has a glass chin. Hey, and by the Wily Coyote says, it seems like old sparring footage with them boys stays the same. They had how many times did they have? 36 rounds?
Yeah.
That's like basically three fights, 36 rounds of sparring against each other. And they did. Somebody, here it is, man. Shout out to Fight Hub TV, because I've never seen this footage, but this is basically how the fight went. If you look at the sparring footage from Fight Hub TV, you see Raleigh in retreat. He's wearing the white shirt. He's basically check hook there, which was the main punch that he hurt Ryan Garcia with. He tried to hurt Rolly with it. I'm sorry, he tried to hurt Teo. He landed it and the right hand. But you can see here he's in retreat, in defense mode, and Teo's outworking him. Which is basically what happened this Saturday. Hey, this is great from Alex. Raleigh did not listen to his corner, or Rolly said to myself, I will figure it out myself. Remember what said it might be a draw, and one judge 114. Were you shocked at those scorecards, or were you not able to hear them, Vince?
I heard him, and I honest to God thought Theo won the fight. He really took the foot off the gas when he hurt him. I was thinking, man, I hope he didn't get sensitive. Like, that's my buddy, and I don't want to hurt him. He's got a kid on the way, and I don't know what's going through his head, but he took his foot off the gas, and a lot of people are sitting there with like, come on, Rollies, but
he definitely. From where I was watching it, man, I could hear the crowd was in full support of Rolly there. And Teal's been living out here for a long time.
But he goes back and forth. But he claims New York, so he needs to go back. Yeah,
he goes back to Brooklyn and all, or New York, wherever he lives out there.
Rolly's is Vegas.
I'll say it, man. That was nice that people gave Rolly that respect, that this was his hometown fight, and they were cheering in support of him. But
there were a lot of people in there too.
Well, I want to talk about that scorecard, because one judge did. Alex brings up a great point. One judge had it a draw, And in round 5, and then one judge had it 115, 113, which is 7 rounds to 5 in favor of Teofimo. One judge had it, I think, pretty appropriate, 8 rounds to 4. Now, those two scorecards draw 115, 113. If Rolly had actually was credited with a knockdown in round 5, let's just say Teo he touched the gloves on the floor, he gets up, he still outboxes him. Dude, the whole fight would have been different. I'll tell you right now why. Because had he got that 2-point round, that wouldn't have been a draw. That would have been in favor of Rolly Romero. So then you would have had one person winning for Rolly Romero, and then the 115, 113 scorecard would have been a draw.
Yep.
And then you would have had one person in favor of Teo. That scorecard wouldn't have changed. That basically because Rolly didn't hurt him enough to touch the canvas, which he was this close to stop. He was this so close. Dude, the whole fight would have been different. Like, it would have been Teofimo would not be world champion Monday morning today. He would not. It would have been a draw and a split draw, I believe, and you keep your belt. And then they would have said rematch. And I've seen a lot of fights. Remember Deontay Wilder dropped Tyson Fury twice, but still lost? Or was that a draw in the trilogy? Yeah, the whole scorecard would have been different, guys. Draw, Wiley says he's laughing his butt off. But, yeah, no, honestly, if he had been credited with a knockdown in round 5, the outcome would have been completely different. Today we would have been talking about a rematch. And that's basically...
a 10-8 round.
Exactly, a 10-8 round.
Yep.
So I'll give credit to DAZN, bro. They went and fished up an interview that they claim was not released. There's people on the internet saying that Rolly loves Teofimo so much, like a brother, that he gave him the fight. That meaning implying that he fixed the fight and said, "I'm just gonna give my brother I'm already world champ. A gift, like, man, my brother Teo needs this belt more than I need it for whatever reason. Like Teo can go on to get a fight with Ryan. He can, which he's probably gonna do. He's gonna get a fight with Devin Haney, and maybe Rolly just doesn't really have it in him anymore. Maybe he wants to give up boxing in the next year or so. Now that's people on the internet. That's their theory that he gave away the fight.
That could happen, because remember when all his investments he has, he's already he's got enough money to live for the rest of his life. And when you got enough money like that, when you got money like that, when he ain't like Floyd Mayweather money, but he got enough money for him and his family. The hunger's not there no more, and it's understandable. Because who wants to train? Who wants to run? Who wants to go on diets when you don't have to no more? And this fight right here probably got him a good chunk.
And get punched in the face. Don't forget about it.
It's understandable, and he could just do little autograph signings and go to gyms, talk to kids, and go to every fight and just come back to fight. No, I don't want to come back to fight. And they're going to offer him a lot of money. Well, you can't turn that big money down, but
Yeah.
And when you ain't got that fire no more, Because to me, it looked like he turned it off after that 5th round. Like, oh no!
That's why, and that's why people say, like, again, that one picture, man. People are saying, was this fight thrown essentially by Rolly, and for what motivation would he have? Now I got this clip I'm going to play, but going back to football talk, bro, there's a lot of NFL elite athletes who have peaked. They're approaching 30 years old and they voluntarily leave football and say, I don't want to risk any more concussions, bro. I don't want any more of that potential risk for injuries. I'm done. I made enough money. I'm out.
You know what they need to do in Pop Warner now? Put those little things on their helmet that some of the pros are wearing. Pop Warner.
Oh, hell yeah.
They should make everybody wear those in Pop Warner.
If I had a kid playing football, I would 100% force him to wear that.
But what do I know? I don't know nothing.
Hey, man, here's that clip. They claim that maybe this was a telltale sign from Rolly.
With me and Teo, right? When he lost to Shakur, I went in the back room with him. And I sat down with him, right? I was like, Teo, obviously he's devastated, bro. I'm like, Teo, we've both been here before. You're gonna get another opportunity. And the irony, I gave my little brother the opportunity. If I'm to lose my belt,
all right,
I'd rather give it to Teofimo than anyone else.
Interesting, bro. Interesting. So he was already in. If he was going to lose that welterweight title, WBA title, he would want it to be to his friend.
Yeah.
So did he give up midway through the fight after 6 rounds? Did he say?
He did.
But hey, shout out to Wiley, man. Who was it that said, actually, who in the chat said? Alex says Rolly didn't seem to listen to his corner. The great Cuban coach Ismael Salas was saying in Spanish. He told him, goes, Rolly. He said something about, this is not how you become a Hall of Famer. Because all the press week last week, Rolly was saying, I want to be in the Hall of Fame. If I beat Teo, I should be a Hall of Fame.
You should.
Yeah, Vince is going to step away for a minute, guys. But yeah, Rolly said he wanted to be a Hall of Fame fighter last week, all the press buildup. And his own coach was giving him instructions on how to adjust. And it just seemed to go in one ear and out the other. Or maybe he was listening, but, he doesn't indicate it. He didn't seem to acknowledge it. And Alex says, man, maybe he just thought he'd figure it out himself. Man. Why Rolly made the excuse? So I guess he is covering up because they're boys and respect for one another. Think Rolly knows something because they're like brothers. But, hey, Vince, I never put out the whole interview, guys, that we did at the gym 3 weeks ago. Because part of the boxing part of the interview, it was like he wasn't in the mood to answer the same old questions. And the most important question to me was, how are you going to make yourself motivated to beat up somebody who's so close to you? I asked him, how are you going to get motivated to beat up somebody you consider a good friend? And he took his typical Rolly Romero blank look. He stared at me quietly like I'm an idiot. And then he says, what? You never got into a fight with your friend? Yeah, you never put your brother in your face? Yeah. But I know, and I told him no, it was because, I didn't grow up with a brother. Like, me and my brother are 16 years apart, so I definitely didn't punch my little brother.
Boy, he'll beat the tar out of you.
I didn't. Now you probably could. I mean, he's 16 years younger than me, but yeah, I never punched my little brother.
Oh, younger?
Yeah, younger.
Oh, you tear him up.
No, I was gonna exactly. He was a baby. He was a baby, but he asked me. He was saying, "You never beat up your brother." So, he
did. Serious when he said that.
He did pretty good up until round 5, I think. If you watch his media all week, he didn't do well with the media and boxing questions. LOL. Wiley, well, that's kind of typical, I guess. Sometimes I think with the big DAZN ones, he lights up. He's getting paid by them. He has, a responsibility, but he wasn't in the mood for all those questions. But basically, that was his response, man. You never got paid to beat up your brother. It didn't work out for him. So now I got to ask you, Vince, now what? Now what for both of these guys, man? Teo has all the cards are in his favor.
Yeah. I want to, you know what? I want Rolly to fight somebody else, and then if he wants to retire.
Anybody could Google that real quickly. Mankey Crazy 2682 says Joshua Buatsi, he's a good UK fighter. I think he's an Olympian too. He knocked down and beat his friend, but I forgot the guy's name. And that happens, bro. It happens.
Yeah. In amateurs, they travel together. They go together. Every tournament, they're all together. And when they go to the U.S. Olympic team in Denver, they're all together, training together, running together, doing everything together. So, you start getting a bond. Because I heard some crazy stories, like about Shakur, and when they all went over there to Denver. I heard crazy stories that I cannot tell because I don't want to do stuff like that. But I heard a lot of stories that, what the heck? Are you serious? And yeah.
Do you know who You know who I saw was here this weekend, and I didn't reach out to him? Phil LaGreco. You guys might remember Phil LaGreco from PBC days.
A fighter?
Yeah, he was trained by. I told you about him. He was trained by Fernando for the for the Spence fight when he fought Spence. Well, Phil is the manager of Canadian 135-pound number 1 or number 2 ranked contender Lucas Badi. Lucas Badi is going to fight Floyd Schofield for the WBA 135-pound championship. But anyways, Phil was here this week, and on the interview I did with Lucas Badi, which is still on my page, guys, he talked to me when he was a top Canadian amateur. He traveled the international, they do the international games, and he ended up on a tour bus with Teofimo. That was the same lead up to the Olympics. That eventually Teofimo's an Olympian. He's represented Honduras, right?
Yeah.
And Well, Lucas told me they became buds, man. They became friends, like that on that trip, international amateur trip. They became really close homies. So I'm sure they're pretty tight.
Teal's a good guy. Like if you catch him on the street, like 1-on-1, he's a great guy. Great. Even his dad, when the lights ain't on, his dad's cool. When the lights turn on, his dad's something else. But they're good people. And I'm glad if anybody beat Rollins, I'm glad it's him. So he could just take over like he wants to do, and and do good for him and his family, take care of his kids. So I'm glad that if somebody will win, I'm glad it's him. I don't want like Tank to beat him or Pillow Hands Haney or I'm glad that Theo won.
Well, Vince, speaking of for Teo, look, I did a show on Thursday with Lukey. Shout out to Lucas Cattell. It's up there. We talked about father-son relationships in boxing. I said that if he lost again this Monday morning, every boxing content creator was only going to be talking about one thing, and that's that Teo needs to get rid of his dad. Told you, Teo needs to get rid of. Told you long time ago. Now what? They got another big victory. Another big victory.
His dad made his son a 3-time world champion. 3-time world champion. How many dads do that?
You can't fire the guy who made you a 3-time world champion.
It'd be kind of hard, man.
At this point, like, look, he didn't lose to Rolly. He won pretty conclusively. I think he won 8 rounds of 4 or whatnot. But he won that fight, man. And now the whole world is an oyster.
I thought 9-3.
9-3? Yeah, I mean, that's me being generous. 8-4. Of course, like I said, if that had that scored a knockdown in round 5, that scorecard could have been completely
I was sad,
different.
But I was happy. I'm glad they both didn't really get hurt. Like go to the hospital at the end of the press conference. I'm glad none of them got hurt. And I'm glad they both made a lot of money. It's all at the end of the day. It's all about the money.
Hey, but I'm not going to say that the instructions were that great from Teo's dad. It wasn't like it was.
I heard someone. I couldn't hear it, but I heard like the next day, like, oh my God, this guy's crazy.
The fact is,
me and my friend were making fun of him, saying, "Come on, son, if you don't win, you're gonna jump off a bridge." We kept making fun of him, like talking crap.
It wasn't that his instruction was much better, but Teo was incredibly well prepared. He was well prepared.
These kids are so good. Sometimes they don't need a trainer. Like Emmy's damn good, but his dad's a good trainer.
Yeah, but they got the ring IQ.
Yes, when you're so good, it's like I could train Emmy. All I could do is just put water in his mouth and dry him up and go out there.
They were gifted with that ring IQ, man. They see things. The thing with elite fighters, elite boxers like Teo is you and me see thing in one speed, and they see it in half speed. They see the punch coming. They know what you're up to. They know your next move. It's like playing chess. They already know what your next move is, and so you're swinging here, and they're already out the way. He anticipated most of Rolly's big punches. He got out of the way for almost all of them, except a couple that landed him in deep troubles in round 5. But
boxing, you get hit.
Yeah. Hey, credit to Teo, man. He adjusted and took control of that fight. Round 6-12. Now all these welterweights, people are saying it's the worst welterweight division, but all the guys that have the belts are the guys that are been stars. Devin Haney, Teofimo, Ryan Garcia is now one of these champions. And then you have an Australian, Paro, and everybody's going to try to fight Paro. And I think Teo, he's fought these kind of guys. He's fought the European guys. He's fought the Australian guys. He lost to Kambosos, though. But I think he beats Paro, bro. So that if whoever gets Paro, he's the weakest one. If Devin Haney's trying to fight Paro, that might happen.
Have knockout power.
Somebody
fight nobody with power.
Somebody's going to snatch that belt from Paro. And then you only have 3 guys in the division we're talking about, and all of those fights are going to be big dollars, man. Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo. Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch. Devin Haney versus Teofimo. All huge fights. And for Rolly, unfortunately, you hear people in the chat are saying he probably won't get another big opportunity for a while. Man, there's a lot of hungry guys who would love to fight Rolly and put that name on their money. Yeah, the resume. So I think he will get another opportunity for sure. Absolutely. He's not a gatekeeper just yet.
Yeah, I think he'll get another opportunity, but that's if he wants it,
Yeah, S.A. Spider says, man, Romero didn't want to hurt Teo. He pumped the brakes when he should have gassed.
See, that's what I was thinking to the whole father. Come on.
He didn't really want to knock out his friend.
In the ring, so
he didn't really want to knock out his friend?
That's what I feel in my heart. But I'm not a boxer, so I don't know. But if I had a close friend and I'm beating him up, and oh, dude, let me calm down, dude. He's got a wife and kids right there in the audience. I want his son to see him get all beat up.
Vince, I didn't get a chance to go. I'm glad you were there. So I got to ask you from a reporter standpoint. There was people, including Dan Raphael, who used to work with ESPN. People were tweeting at him saying, "Oh man, I'm here. This sucks. It looks like there's 3,000 people here at T-Mobile Arena." We know they were going to close the top part off, right? We know that.
But
so that
one half,
yeah,
the top part was almost full. One half, like if the ring's like this, up there on the side up there is almost full. But they set everything else like this. But one half up there was almost full. It was packed. That place was packed.
Okay, so it felt packed.
Yeah, it did feel it was.
All right.
And when I left, I was like, "What the hell?"
Got it, man. But see, that's because some people are haters. As if you were just gonna hate. I get it. People said that it wasn't really a good build-up or good promotion, but the fight
could have had a better fight card.
They could have had a better. Let's talk about that real quick, man. The co-main event. I've been watching this Cuban fighter, the black Cuban fighter named Yoeli Hernandez, and I've been raving about him. I said he passed the eye test for me, and Lukey told me, pump the brakes, Shoeshine, pump the brakes, man. I see a lot of holes, and I was like, I don't see the holes yet. He told me he's a one-speed fighter. Just wait till you get somebody really good. The guy he fought from Argentina, Veron, was a smaller guy that came up to middleweight, and he gave him problems all night. Now, he wasn't beating up Hernandez, but Hernandez couldn't beat him up. Hernandez won the fight. He didn't do any of the things I thought he was going to do. I thought he would knock out the Olympian Veron. Nope. That dude Veron took all his hardest shots and kept coming back. And he kept coming back. Now, it was a victory, but it went all the distance, bro. Like, now I'm like, now it's starting to resonate with me. Lukey said, look, man, there's a lot of good fighters in that middleweight division. Young fighters, too. Xander Zayas is in there. Jesus Ramos Jr. And he told me, look, maybe he's a one speed fighter, and when somebody challenges that, then he doesn't look so great, and he didn't look that great. So I think the hype is over. The hype is over. SB says, how are you supposed to be the king of your division if you open the path to your opponent? Then why fight? Good question. Yo-Yo was, what is that, 10,000 in round 9? Yo-Yo, Yoeli Hernandez was a negative 10,000 in round 9. Or I think you're talking about the odds in round 9 as the odds were going. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in my pick, Yoeli Hernandez. I don't see him like knocking out everybody in that division. I think he has a strong chance to become a world champion, but he's still in development. You remember that dude, David, 168-pound fighter, the other Cuban fighter named David? He's tall. He fights with Bob Santos. What's his last name? David, not David Benavidez, the other Cuban David. David Benavidez beat him. What's his name, guys? Help me out in the chat. The other David, Cuban David. When they were at 168. Yeah, he's tall, man. He's like 6'2". He was a guy that actually
Benavidez beat him already, right?
Yep. Bro, he only had like 12, 13 fights before he got
they had like a million fights when they're
amateurs. He did, and nobody wanted to fight him as a professional. So he only had Dave. Thank you so much, man. I escaped my David Morrell. Yeah, we seen him. He was at. I saw him. He was at that fight. Shoot. Recently, I saw him, and he still trains sometimes with Bob Santos here in Vegas. But bro, I was super high on him. I'm like, Yup.
Pound for pound.
And I thought that dude was going to be unstoppable at 168, and then he moved up to 175 and started fighting really good opposition, and he looked average.
Hey, he can be a good basketball player. He got that body for a basketball player, too.
Yep. So, the Cuban fighters, you can fall in love with them. They're stylistically like Andy Cruz, who beat Keyshawn Davis. But then when they get to the from amateurs to pros, there's a lot of adjustments you got to make as a pro.
Lot.
Yep. Chelly, Zach beat him. Dancing Clown. I think you're talking about David Morrell, right? Because, David Morrell loves to dance. He's a good dancer, bro. All the Cuban. Usyk's a good dancer, but you're right, man.
Hey, every boxer is a good dancer. Every boxer, because they don't get embarrassed because they're in the ring and everybody's looking at them. Because like, if you play music, my son would dance to anything. And the Vargas boys, anything they dance because they're used to like moving and they're used to people looking at them. So any boxer could dance.
Oh shoot! I wanted to. Alex says, Vince, your picture with Guerrero, Robert the Ghost Guerrero. He looks different.
He lives in Vegas now.
No, Robert the Ghost.
Yeah, yes. And I was telling about our podcast. And he kind of remembered me from back in the day. But then I said, "Yeah, you be liking my stuff on Instagram on 702 Man Cave." He goes, "Oh yeah." And his wife, because his wife was sick, and then told him, "Yeah, we used to pray for you and your wife and your family." And then he was telling me that because the Super Show's coming to Vegas, and he's in Florida cars, and he told me he just sold 2 cars, and he said I was gonna enter my car here, but my son's fighting. I said, "Oh, Florida shows are coming. Go with your son." He said, "Yep, that's what I'm gonna do." But
Man,
then I told her, "Hey man, one day I'm gonna hit you up, and I want you and your wife to come over, and if your son's here, and his wife whatever come over, we're gonna have tacos and beans and rice, and we'll eat and we'll chill in my man cave." And I saw my man cave because oh wow, you got a lot of stuff. I said, "Yeah, I got a lot of stuff."
If you get a chance to talk to him again, bro, tell him that we would love to come to his to where he has his lowrider, and we'll film his car with him. And because I think a lot of people responded well to that video of the M4 BMW from the fighter Brian Mendoza. And my wife was like, "What you need to do is tell every fighter let me film your car. Show us your baby, because they got some nice whips."
But some of them don't want to be noticed in the streets.
That's true. It depends. But the lowrider he wants to show, obviously, he's gonna, if he shows it at car shows.
Eventually, he'll probably sell it.
Did you see that?
Robert, he's gonna get more money.
Did you see Saturday? I went to that car show at South Point. They only had like 3 lowriders in the middle of the day.
I was at the fight.
Yeah, it was okay. It was all right. I got a clip about Tyrone Woodley was on the Ariel Helwani show, and he talks about being a fighter in your 40s, bro. This is kind of funny because this kind of reminded me of, kind of like being at the doctor's office the other day.
I figured we're going to take 15, 20 minutes so to take my mind off of it. So I just got in right before we dialed up.
You could stay in there for 15, 20?
You gonna watch me stay here for 15
Oh
20.
my dear.
So he did an interview in the cold tank, bro. I don't know if Emmy and them are doing the cold plunge tanks.
They do that all. They live in that sucker.
Recuperate, right? It's for recuperation.
You do that when? Like every day?
Every day.
You're kidding. How long?
This is what the athletes that don't take PED do when they get 40 years old. They gotta have.
This is what the athletes who are 40 years old who don't take PEDs do.
Have chiropractic, a massage therapist, motion coach, Pilates, hot yoga, a lot of recovery because we build a lot of the skills and the mental toughness coming up as 25-year-olds. When your body gets older, it starts to react a little bit more. So, half of my training is recovery.
Holy.
LeBron does Pilates too, bro. LeBron does all of that stuff.
He's a clown. Oh, he's a clown.
He's no longer your problem.
I'd rather talk about Trump over him.
Here you go, man.
LeBron's the crown, and he ain't the GOAT. He'll never be the GOAT. He's a has-been.
Here's Teofimo telling you who he wants to fight next. Like I said,
you want the winner of Conor Benn and
that's the real fight. Ryan Garcia. That's the real fight.
Absolutely. I think this is the road to Undisputed. My job is to unify. So whatever champion, I know that's the next coming fight right now at welterweight. So looking forward to any of them.
Man, that's truly going to be a Hall of Fame career. If he becomes unified champion at 147, that's a Hall of Fame type. If he becomes undisputed at welterweight, beats Devin Haney, no question about it. Like you could just
I see that
retire.
Fight over.
Just retire.
Devin Haney ain't gonna fight nobody. Hits hard. He's not gonna fight a puncher.
Just retire already, man. So in football news, dude, I was going to talk about this story on Wednesday, but this is really speaking of being older, right? You hear Tyrone Woodley or whatever talking about cold plunge, Pilates, hot yoga, chiropractor on Wednesday.
Have you ever did that?
Which one? The cold plunge?
But we got to put ice because we ain't got that kind of money. But ice in the bathtub?
No, I never done that, bro. I think I would chicken out.
Tomorrow, get like one of your pitchers and put ice and water and put your fists in there. Just put your fists in there.
Do you know how much those things cost, bro?
Yeah, but Emmy got one like that where you just hit the switch and it gets cold. But I'm saying,
Baller.
get like a bucket.
Yeah,
get a bucket and put ice and water and then let it sit there for a while and put your fist in there and see how long you keep your fist in there. Because these guys just sitting there like nothing. Like, dude, you're nuts. But do it with your fist. Watch, try it tomorrow.
Man,
and come back Wednesday and tell us how cold it is. Watch.
But you know, Canelo in his house in Guadalajara, he definitely has one, and he doesn't start his day starts with cold plunge. 15 minutes in there, I think. That's how Canelo starts it every day.
He used to do it, I think, every day. It's good because it's gonna make your body last longer. I can't do it because my bones will feel like they crack.
Well, here's a really interesting story. Christian pastor from San Jose, California, man, my old stomping ground, San Jose. 47-year-old Christian pastor made the football team at San Jose City College. He's going to be the oldest. Now, if he starts the season, doesn't get hurt, he'll be the oldest player to play in a junior college football game in the history of junior college. 47 years old, defensive end.
Do you think they did that just for ticket sales?
I don't know, bro. I mean, if you read the comments, nobody thinks he's gonna make it to week 1.
And because remember when Foreman knocked out Moore, all us old timers like, yeah, we're back. It might be the same thing right here.
Yeah, Wiley says, LOL, that's crazy. Well, it's coming in a week where last week we heard that multiple NFL players are signing up for college that are being cut from the preseason, from the rosters, right? So now there's a lot of attention to how old can you be? Should there be a limit to how old, you could be playing
How many
football?
years can you redshirt?
6.
No, you can redshirt 6 years.
Oh no! I think the total adds up to 6. Anybody know in college football when you finally lose your eligibility? I think it's 6 years.
Well, then they should do 6 years, whatever the age is.
But I asked that 49er player, bro. So I'm sitting in the lobby with that 49er guy, former player, and I say, "What do you think of all these guys that are playing right now preseason football and are going to go back and register with the NIL to play college football?" And he's like, he didn't hate on it at all. You know what he told me? He said, man, from a player's perspective,
good for them.
It's about money. And if they're not going to make money in the NFL, then hell yeah, I don't give a. He said, I don't give a. He goes, man, I thought about. He told me, I thought about going back to college to get a graduate degree, And then he goes, and then there's some guys that want to get a PhD. He goes, and you could be in school in your 30s getting a doctorate. You should be able. If you're actually enrolled and getting another degree, you should be allowed to play, whether or not you're 30 years old. Now, he didn't know about this guy, 47-year-old Christian pastor, but he didn't have any problem with it. He said it's a business. I think you're putting your body is your business.
Yeah.
And so he can't hate on that at all.
Even
though everybody out there is like,
we don't think it's right. But he's right. As a player, get that money, man. If they want to give it to you, take it. So
that was really, really interesting. Really interesting. Speaking of football, bro, the Rams did incredible. We're going to talk about that. The Rams did incredible. They shut that team out.
I'm okay with eating McDonald's every day.
Puka Nacua got himself in a little trouble with kick streaming last week. He says he could eat McDonald's every day. This dude is still on his rookie contract in the most expensive city. LA? He's in LA.
Yes.
He talked about he drove his Camry until he got until he knew he had the money to get something better than his Camry.
Well, and he loves McDonald's every day.
Peyton Manning,
Cooper, the other receiver on our team, he tried to get me off the McDonald's trip. I'm like, yo, I just ate 3 meals for under $55. Bro.
Wait, so you be eating McDonald's during the season?
Yeah.
What's your order?
It depends. I normally get like a 10-piece chicken nugget meal with sweet and sour sauce and high C.
Fire.
But then if not, I'll get like a double quarter pounder with no pickles, no onions, and and I'll ask for sweet and sour sauce on the side.
So dude eats like shit. He plays at the elite level, man. He's so good.
Hey, but remember, Peyton Manning used to go to Wendy's.
Yeah. So hey, I heard that Chiefs quarterback, he eats like crap too, man. I heard he has all his junk food, and he looks a little heavier.
Deserve it. They deserve to eat whatever they want to eat. Like boxers, after they retire, let them eat whatever they want to eat because they're in fit for so many years. It's like, go ahead and eat, man. Because like when my son used to fight, we would eat right in front of him, and he would eat ice cubes. Literally eat ice cubes.
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah. So now he can eat whatever he wants to eat. That's why I'm all for it because they kill themselves, and then now they got the money. Eat up. Shit, if I was them, I'd be eating fucking tomahawks before the game.
Oh, by the way, Alex says, bro, when I went to Bakersfield College many moons ago, you could play at any age in junior college, no age limit. My dad told this, and he said in JC College, they don't care so long as you can play. So I'm rooting for this 47-year-old Christian pastor, man, San Jose City College.
Hey, you know what? Alex's dad used to be a professional football player for the college, the Chicago Bears.
That's right. That's awesome news. Great to have you here every week, Alex. Appreciate you having us, being part of your Monday night. I wanted to share this clip, guys. Now, I said this week we got a lot of boxing. We'll talk about the preview on Wednesday of what's coming up this Saturday. But the best knockout of the whole weekend, Vince, check it out. Influencer boxing. This guy, Austin McBroom, he's one of the OGs. I think he fought when Jake Paul started. Look how good he's gotten. Best knockout of the weekend. There it is again. One more time. Bro, that was something else. That was a mean, thunderous
KO. One was the Island Boy. God, he's a
the Island Boy. Oh shoot! Did you see the? Did you get to go to the after party with Teo getting lit?
Nah, I'm too old, man.
Yeah, look, his dad's in the club, bro. His dad's getting down. It's crazy. His dad's like my age. He's getting lit in the club right after. I think they had that at Hakkasan. Here's Larry. Larry Wheels, the bodybuilder turned boxer. You know Larry, who he's training with? Arnold Barboza was his trainer, bro. Arnold Barboza. Good guy. Arnold Barboza, man. That was his...
he got money. He should have went to Robert, or he should have came down to Vegas and come to Fernando. He got money. That fool got money. Why are you going to go to him?
Hey,
just to help homeboy with this kick? No.
Yeah, they were doing... Everything was on kick, bro. I was watching a lot of the training, and I thought that Larry Wheels, he had to lose a lot of weight because he's a bodybuilder to get down to where he could move his arms.
And people that are here right now, what do you think? Should we go to Kick too? And would you guys subscribe to us on Kick?
That's true. Me and Vince been talking about it. I think Andrew Evo too. I think we're gonna add Kick to the whole thing. Like start streaming on Kick and YouTube at the exact same time. Yeah. As soon as I figure out how to send this to Kick, we're gonna do that too. So Larry Wheels did one of these pictures, for the weigh-in. And his biceps, both of them looked really, really weird, bro. Like his biceps he's a bodybuilder, but it looked like he had a bicep on top of the bicep. It looked really strange. And this is what ended up happening on Saturday. I was looking forward to this. The other guy is a guy named Vitaly. He was a YouTube prankster from way back. He was in really good shape, but there was like 50-pound difference between both of these guys. And this fight didn't last long at all, man.
You know what's saving Larry?
What?
He keeping his boxing physique.
Yeah.
I'll lower it so we don't get a... Vitaly can't really fight, bro. He can't fight at all, to be honest.
Intimidated by the muscles.
Look at it. The fight lasted 20... I don't know how many seconds it lasted, but here's the knockout. Knocked down. And then he punched him while he was down. All right. So you would think...
what Alex said.
You would think the fight's over, right? Now look at Larry. He looked up. He's shaking his head. He's looking at that bicep. So Larry quit. Well, Larry's telling the referee, look at my bicep. Look at my bicep. Do you see that? See that thing? Look where the bicep is, bro. Completely detached. It's just hanging there.
Oh.
Isabel, great to see you and your husband. Send my hellos to Stezo. I appreciate you guys being here. His bicep came off his arm, bro. So they're still counting the guy out, like they were still doing the count. And so he was going to win by knockout, I think. But then he starts telling the referee, I can't go on. Look, he thinks he won. The other guy quit. I mean, the guy who was winning throws in the towel on himself. Now, from what I understand, they said no contest, which was great. I mean, no contest. Larry Wheels. Oh, you did, bro? Oh my God, those take a while, right? Those take like up to a year. I know that Andre Berto was back in the day. Andre Berto tried to come back after tearing his bicep, and he was never the same. Now, Larry Wheels made his money being a professional bodybuilder, and obviously he had a great physique. That's going to even affect that, bro. Like, he can't lift with that arm for over a year. That's going to be really depressing. I feel for him.
Now.
I feel for him, bro, because like you have to work out everything but that bicep, and then
especially when you're older.
Yeah, man, it takes time. Now he proved to himself that he could fight, that he could be in this fight. He got the knockdown, but there's no point in ever coming back to this, bro.
Ever.
I mean,
you see what Alex wrote?
My dad played 1961-62, drafted by the Cardinals, traded to the Bears, played with Ditka. As a rookie, played against Unitas of the 49ers and Jim Brown. That is awesome.
That is
awesome. Football was totally different. It's not surgical. It's not surgical. What does that mean, Wiley? They don't perform surgery? How do they reattach the bicep?
Some duct tape.
I think the guy would have got the win. I think the guy, if he had just fought with the bicep, just one hand, I think he would have won the fight because he had already hurt that guy Vitali.
Well, I hope he ain't right-handed because he ain't got his wife no more. So when he has to go to the bathroom, number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hey, Dan, these lights are all funny today, man. Let me turn this one off.
Got to put on cowboy blue or Dodger blue.
There it is, guys, up on top, man. Hit that like button, guys, and we'll be back on Wednesday at 8 o'clock with some football preseason stuff. And the Island Boy loses to the... This can't even be real, bro. How are you going to justify the weight class? Is this guy weigh as much? My wife was laughing at how skinny the Island Boy is. She's like, that's a grown man. She's like, that's a grown man. I'm like, yeah, he's fully grown. Like, he's got to be 25. He probably weighs as much as the world's strongest little person.
Hey, what would you do if your son got beat up by that little midget? I mean, that short guy. What would you do to your son?
I don't think they live in the house with the parents anymore. That's one thing, man. But they wouldn't be invited for Thanksgiving.
Yep. You embarrassed us. Don't come over here.
Don't even come over for Thanksgiving, bro. I'm so embarrassed. I didn't birth you.
We'll send you your presents.
You got to read these comments, bro. These comments are brutal. Okay, he's like, maybe he trained a little bit here. He's working the little jab. There's not much on it. He don't like getting hit, that's for sure. He's already clinching here. What was that? It was a punch to the arm, and the Island Boy is tripping already. He's already frustrated. I don't see a big punch landing on the face yet. Okay, maybe that touched him there.
Dude, the gloves all the way to his elbow.
What is going on, bro? This Island Boy has the worst coach ever. I don't know what. Okay, I think the right hand landed there. A left, right. People can't believe he's getting manhandled. Vince, this reminds me of Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show. Beetlejuice was really, they actually had a little person boxing league, and he would always be in those big fights. I think he fought for the little person title. Those were some really good fights. But he basically lost to Beetlejuice here. Here's the knockout of the stoppage is coming. Oh!
To a left.
Are you kidding me, bro? Does he know where he is? Oh, he fainted right there. Bro, when you turn your whole back, like this, you're like, I don't want to get hit anymore. Oh my God. You had the best knockout of the weekend on the same card, and at the same time you can watch this. Strongest little person. Now, I don't know if they verify that claim, if he's in the Guinness Book of World Records. There comes the right hand. That landed. Oh, he's rocked. The stoppage is coming, guys. 1 round. Good night. I think he punched him while he was in the rope.
He looks tired. Look at him.
No mas. No mas. He was weight trained, says Mankey Crazy. Well, that dude he's weight trained all the time. They could eat a sandwich, bro.
The small guy cut 0 pounds.
The other guy
can't cut weight, you know?
Well, that is funny, bro. That is really funny. I told you guys that the best knockout and the funniest thing that happened in the whole sport of boxing all happened on the same card. Yeah. And meanwhile, 2 million people watch girls fight. Amanda Serrano did not win. If you guys want to challenge, she did not win on Saturday night.
What Drew says.
I gotta ask him, man. I did not think she won. There was actually some really questionable decisions on that entire card. There was like 2 or 3 very suspicious cards on that women's card. By the way, women's boxing this weekend, there's some real top-notch stuff. A fighter I met at the Canelo Alvarez, she's part of the Terrence Bud Crawford's team. She's fighting for the world title against Caroline Dubois. We're going to talk about that. And then, of course, Dubois. And that's all on the same card, just coming from the UK. So we'll talk about that.
I hope there's something else on because I ain't watching that.
If you don't like the women's fight, there's going to be heavyweight action. Moises Utama in the middle of the day is going to fight Ergovic. Real heavyweight action. The future Mike Tyson.
Fighters.
And you're going to get it, man. Saturday night. Let me just show you, bro. Not bad at all. Lester Martinez, the Guatemalan monster that might be on the verge of fighting Canelo Alvarez. Lester Martinez in San Bernardino. San Bernardino showed up, bro. I never seen so many Guatemalans show up to support a fighter, bro. That whole crowd was Venezuelan, was Guatemalan. Lester Martinez, Naji Lopez, which is the stablemate of Edgar Berlanga. He's a legit fighter, bro. Ramon Cardenas, we saw him fight Inoue on Cinco de Mayo. Ramon Cardenas. Giovanni Santillán of San Diego, bro, in his return. He's a solid fighter. And then at the very bottom, Luis Alberto Lopez. You might remember he had like 4 or 5 featherweight defenses before he got knocked out. He had to take a year off. This whole card is good, bro. That whole card. Pro Box TV on YouTube. It's going to be something else, man.
Hey, with Little League Baseball on, I'm watching that.
Alex wants to know, are you guys going to do the Eagles picks or Patriots? We'll do one of those on Wednesday for sure. Hopefully Drew will come back.
You know Drew's going to make his team go almost undefeated.
13-5, 14-5.
Yeah. Man. I already know he's going to say he'll beat us twice.
Yes. Hey, shout out to everybody coming to Las Vegas this week. If you're going to be here to support the Raiders or the San Francisco 49ers. That's all I got, Vince. Anything else you want to add?
Drink a lot of water.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's hot. Santillana's not look good at 154. Ooh, it'll be interesting to see, man. It's, all of these guys could either go forward in their career or go backward, and we'll take a look at that. Thank you, guys. We'll be back on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Peace.
Peace out.